Welcome, citizens of Yu-Gi-Tube. You're witnessing the first episode in our installment entitled Only on DN. Live action from the world of Dueling Network. Magical Mike alongside T-Po Pro, bringing you the best from the Yu-Gi-Oh! Underground and the worst from Dueling Network. Mike, it's good to see you. What match are we going to be looking at today?
I don't know. I mean, only on DN, maybe we'll see some scrubs, maybe we'll see some pros. You never really know with DN, but I see one right here. We have Young Juice versus Laryl for Good.
Ooh, Laryl for
Seems like a
Good could be bad, though, in this one, as it's a match.
Let's see. All right, we get this one already in action.
Yeah, live looking. It looks like he's got a 2400 beater on the field to a token. Probably not a Gores one. Oh, Constellars. And both players playing outside the realm of the TCG. We'll see what happens. Junk Synchron in the game. A banished Black Rose Dragon has already been activated. He may be Huge Revolution in play already. 8 to 56 is your life point count. What are we looking for in this duel, Magical Merchant?
I honestly don't know.
And we have some of the cards,
but it
Tor
like
Slut from the Underworld, and she's making an appearance regardless of her brother Sangan being gone. I don't know what happened behind the scenes in that one, but he's no more as far as this ban list is concerned.
No more.
Gen LA Birdman has also appeared on the screen as we're having some difficulties here with technicalities.
All right, we're in now. Except tour guide.
And he has brought out Sangan, and this is no way reflective of TCG whatsoever. And you expect that from somebody who is from, some poor-ass rating here, a 187 to 1051. And so
these are the kind of people on DN that are just high rating, that just pick on the people.
And there it is. Only on DN would you see the Sangan pulled for whatever reason, when it's clearly going to be banned in less than a couple weeks. So
I mean, it is a good play going with the Birdman here, leaving the Sangan on field.
The Leviathan Dragon, it's strong. We don't know the attack of the token. Safe to assume it's a Doppel token at this point. Now,
it looks like the 2/5 is going to hit over the 2/4.
And he has 2 back row. We'll see what happens with this one. Oh, and it's a card we've never seen before. Half Shut. That monster cannot be destroyed. Only on DN, folks. This is a real card he just activated. The monster can't be destroyed by battle, and its attack is halved. So we not only can Leviathan attack over, makes it a little easier, though. But he can't be destroyed. And he used it on Antares. Oh, this is
and
rich.
Now everything is just getting over. Now the question is, will the Sangan ram?
And you gotta wonder about that card in the main deck. You only see this on DN. It just allows him to OTK at this point. But the Sangan not strong enough at this point. It's only at 1,000. And there's a draw. He's got 5 in hand, 3. He's got 2 on board. It looks pretty even so far. Life points dead even almost. 55 to 56. And what do you think he's going to summon here, Mike? Anything spectacular or constellar, you might say?
I don't. You only know.
And there's a call.
A clutch call to Haunted.
It's a good thing he didn't MST.
Yeah.
Probably doesn't main it at this point. And he brought back Constellar Cost. Great card. Cannot be used as a synchro material. That's all right at this point in the duel. And what is that? Constellar Sheraton. The Good Samaritan of the Constellars. He can add a Constellar from his deck to his hand. A huge play.
+1s.
+1s like a champ, which is strange considering his 187 rating. Don't know if he understands card advantage at this point in his career, but hopefully he can at this point. And it's actually early on in the duel. As you see, there's only 37 cards in his main deck. He must be running a little more than 40, folks. As it looks like he's got 5 engraved, 4 on field, and 5 more in hand. His deck's at least 45 cards, folks. Only on DN.
Oh, it looks like we got overlaying for 2 4s.
He's overlaid a 3 and a 4, but he did bump up the effect, which is allowable at this
Omega, I hear that's a pretty good card.
Omega. And that's 2 level 4s. This turn, all face-up Constellars are unaffected by spells or traps.
His effect is good because you can use it during either player's turn.
Yeah, and it's not good at this turn because there are no spell and traps on the field.
And
so you wonder why he went into that.
Leviathan Dragon is still bigger.
I don't know. That was a misplay. Maybe a Maestro would have been more appropriate. Sometimes they like to just go for the Constellars. Not very stellar in this one. And so far, so good in this duel. 55-56. Again, you're just joining us. This is Yu-Gi-Tube Nation here. Only on DN, a brand new segment. We're going to be giving you live updates of tons of duels throughout the nation, throughout this week. Be sure to catch us every single day. Just look on our channel, YGO Underground, on YouTube. We'll be putting up new duel videos as the week progresses. But this is our first official one. Go ahead and comment, rate, like, subscribe, whatever you got to do to let us know that you loved it. or if you hate it. If you hate it, get lost. We don't want to hear any comments, but we appreciate it nonetheless. No, we don't. Just the positive comments. Now, he set a back row, Mike. What do you think? Another half shut?
I mean, it might be another Call of Haunted at this point. But you have to think that it's something to protect against that Leviathan Dragon attack.
Yeah, and it's going to be strange because he can activate this effect if there is a spell activated, but then it's only unaffected by spells or trap cards. So he can still activate another Call of Haunted, do something crazy, but odds are it's another half shut.
Well, it looks like we got an effect going.
And don't know what effect he's going to call. I don't understand that. Unless he just... I don't get that.
I mean, maybe
That's
he's
only
feeling.
on the
Maybe
end,
he's
right?
feeling for avarice. The clutch dark
wow!
hole.
And we have not seen
A
that before on
huge
DN.
play.
A dark hole making its way onto the scene. Sangan does get the search though. He might search for that ultimate battle fader. Rarity not exposed here in DN, but you have to assume that was a Hobby League Sangan. He is searching the deck. He also spelled Sangan's name wrong. It's Sagan now, according to Dueling Network. Young Juice. What will Young Juice blend up in this one? An Effect Veiler. Clutch if he has the Dark Hole of his own. Could be interesting.
Now this is only 4-8 on board. You gotta think, does he have the Clutch Reborn here to go for damage?
Surely he has something, but
This just
maybe an
feels like
ego
the power
boost
push.
during the damage step. You never know on DN.
I mean, half shut has been shown already. This could be an ego boost type of
Only
turn.
on DN, folks. You are looking at it live action. Constellars versus Junk, who knows what. So far, it looks like Junk, though.
It
Wouldn't
looks
you
like
agree?
yeah. I saw the Junk Synchron.
No, I meant literally. This looks like Junk. He's done
Yeah,
nothing
yeah.
to
There's a
this
lot
point.
of Junk.
Oh, and there's 24 direct. Remember, ego boost can be played from the hand. There is Omega.
Oh,
Oh,
and
and
there's
the
the
Gores.
Gores.
And what a turn of the tides in this one. The Junk
Oh,
has
he's in
junked
attack
its last. Oh, and that's strong, folks. The Gores. Even if you're bad, you can still
He's
play
viewing
good
the extra
cards.
deck. It
I
looks
always
like
say.
a Messier 7.
Oh, and that's clutch. He's going to be able to do something that no other Constellar Ptolemy M has done before, and that's 7. It's on either player's turn. He can detach a material to target one on the field in the graveyard and return to the hand. Kind of a walking compulse, you might say. Only it's not a trap, it's a monster.
It's not during the first turn.
It's only during his own turn. Sorry, I misspoke on that one. Thankfully, the guys in the booth have got me covered on this one. 4 cards in hand of 3. Field of Ptolemy number 7. Oh, but there, he summons the Effect Veiler.
Looks
And
like
we knew he had that.
I
What's
think
he
a
going to
Scrap
do?
Dragon maybe coming
He
back.
may go scrap. Now, if that's a Call the Haunted face down, only God knows what he will bring back. We don't know the extent of the graveyard. Sure, we could look, but who cares at this point?
There's a Scrap.
There's scrap.
You gotta set the.
Now, the question is, does he blow up his own Gores at this point in the duel?
You gotta think that he. Oh no, he's just gonna go in for the attack.
He's
Now,
just going to
think
beat
if this is
in.
a mirror
If this is a
force
Mirror
face down.
Force, this... And he hasn't activated Scrap Dragon's Effect. He just beats over it, and it gets through.
That was a risky play there going for the.
Very risky, but only on DN you take that kind of a risk. Tournament time, I think he would have maybe done something a little different, but it's
Because
also strange because you have to think he doesn't have any traps or spells in hand because he never said any of them. You know, maybe get a free pop there, but he didn't. So he must have 3 monsters
So
in
being
hand.
Laurel for good, you need to.
He also doesn't have any hand traps engraved because he added the Veiler from Sangan, meaning that they must be dead monsters at this point that he just doesn't want to use. Interesting, to say the least, on Dueling Network.
What is Laurel gonna go for here?
Again, life points 5,132, as you can see on the screen. No telling what's going to happen next. Main phase 1,
Main phase.
predictable. Usually follows the standby phase. Didn't see that one coming, but there it is nonetheless. Still waiting on a response, I believe.
What could he be cooking up here on this one?
It must be another call.
Hopefully something.
He's thinking about what sort of play to do with this call to Haunted.
He's cooking a bacon saver.
Black Rose also banished in this one. Return from a different dimension. Could be in play. And there's Lightning Vortex. And that is an only on DN moment. Ditching the useless Constellar Resha. Which is actually a pretty good card.
Now, if that's a face-down call, this could get real good real fast for Laurel.
And is it the Call of the Haunted? He summons... Oh, and that's a
Looks
good
like
one
it's
there.
Pollux.
Pollux. He's just going to beat this one down. Chain Call during the battles phase, maybe? I don't know.
Only Laurel knows.
And remember, we talked about the hand traps. He
A
did have the
Swift
hand trap.
Scarecrow.
So he did. He had one that
is
we
this?
called. So it was a monster. It was a hand trap. And now We'll see what he does.
Now we wait 3 cards in hand. Oh, clutch.
There's the
Thunder
other monster.
King.
Nothing new there. We knew that there was a monster to be summoned. Now, does he have shut this one? He doesn't. He allows it. And this thing is getting very tight. Tighter than my waistline at this point. Been eating quite frequently during meal times. Very tight in this one, Mike.
Yeah.
So he just drew a card for his turn. Main phase 1. Predictable as always.
Oh, and there's another Pollux.
And there's a back-to-back Pollux play. Now, what happens here?
What does he go into? He gets the additional normal summon off Pollux.
Is he going to bait out the Thunder King? I just don't understand.
Oh,
But they gained 500.
Oh,
and that's
this
huge.
is huge. This is so
huge
clutch.
You have to wonder if he kept that clutch for this moment. Oh, and there's 22 to the
clutch
face
honest?
of Thunder King. Surely not. He's thinking about
Both
it.
pictures being
He's
honest.
calculating the attack. I think the non-turn player believes that his attack is just 17. I don't think he knows the effect of Acubens at this point. Seems to be waiting for a lance of some
who
kind.
really knows what Acubens does?
But both players to this point, some very, very
Oh,
positive
there it
in this one, and he realizes his mistake is now the door has been opened.
Now he goes in there for the 13.
Acubens with a slight poke. What are you going to see in main phase 2 here? A Maestro, perhaps?
Maybe a Maestro, maybe Utopia. And he got to take another 500. There it is. Maybe a 2-turn Cowboy play here
That
could
could
go
also
on for
seal the
game.
deal. Dark Hole has not been used by young G Juice. But young Juice,
Well,
we don't know.
maybe another Omega here to keep himself alive from.
Yeah, that's also in play.
If you think that he plays 2.
I do have to think he's played 2.
I don't know
He does
how
play
tight
2.
the extra deck is for.
Gotta play 2. It's a
Sellers.
great card. And we see the
Oh, there's a
Utopia, so you
Utopia.
rewrite all along. Magical Merchant does it again, folks. He's very precise at calling cards in hand. Always seems to know the right time, the right place, the right time. Even on Dueling Network, which is hard for most normal individuals like myself. And there is a normal summon Chaos Sorcerer. I think he misclicked on that one. That's only on DN Moment as well. Won't be allowed during real tournament play. But
Looks like the Utopia will be banished, and then
and now
Laurel will be top decking
and he
for his
sets
life.
a card, and now this is really swung back to the
Maybe-
juice.
Maybe a Raikou face down here.
Yeah, no telling what that face down could be. Maybe a Sangan, perhaps.
There's still a mystery card for Laurel here. That face down, Call the Haunted, what we thought, but you got to think it can't be Call the Haunted.
Yeah, and it's not a Sangan face
and
down
what
as
is
a
this
monster.
one?
She would have just poked through there, but
Rashel Hug.
you can tribute this card to special concealer from your hand or graveyard. Very good at this stage of the game.
What is it going to bring out now?
Probably the Exceed. Yeah, there it is.
There's no Mega, just...
In defense mode for reasons unknown.
Oh, but now he overlays from his
Oh,
extra
for
deck.
7, and that's
Oh,
huge.
that is just clutch.
And both players disregarding TCG in all of its entirety, but it seems to be working out in this one. 27 swinging over 300 seems good for 400 to put him down to a paganish 1200. Now he's got one card in hand, one to draw. He has not ripped the Dark Hole. What are you guys predicting? I still think it's a monster.
There's got to be a monster. I mean, I still think that's a Raikou set, not knowing exactly what he's playing right now, but you got to
Indeed.
think if there's some type of junk, it's got to be.
And does he have the BLS? Did he top deck it? That's always a question you have to ask when you see a Chaos Sorcerer. Is his great Uncle Bob in there? And
Oh,
there's
that's
a
a
merchant!
What do you
Magical
know?
Merchant! And that is only on DN, folks. We're seeing Magical Merchant from a Magical Merchant broadcast. You can't coach that. That is raw power, intelligence, gusto, prestige. And we're seeing it all here on Dueling Network.
This
You can't beat
This is
that.
crazy right now. And he adds the Treacherous Trap Hole.
And that is great, too. It's chainable. He's got no other traps in the grave. Huge at this point in the game. And that really was a Magical Merchant, wouldn't you say, Mike?
Was.
Again,
You can't ask for
comment,
much more.
like, rate, subscribe if you're liking what's going on here. If you have any comments or suggestions
Could
for the
this
duel,
be a
is this a
Slacker
Slacker
Magician?
Magician? No
This
way,
can't
folks.
be real.
No,
Oh,
he's sinking for Formula. Wants that draw for the BLS, but I thought
I
Slacker
think
Magician
Slacker
a better
Magician would have
play
been the better play.
because he couldn't target it with 7. So don't know what he's gonna do here. He can always target.
Maybe
the
he's got that
Formula.
Clutch Reborn in hand now, or hoping to draw it maybe.
I think that was a misplay.
Or he's going for the BLS. You know, you just need that extra draw power.
Unless
He
he's
only
got.
has 12 cards in deck.
Oh, and there's
Oh,
an
the
MST on the
End-Phase
Treacherous.
Space. That is huge. That is game.
And I don't think he's aware that he can bounce that card at any time. I think Slacker Magician was a no-brainer there, but on DN, I guess they have other plans for the juicer.
Maybe he doesn't play the Slacker Magician, which is just blasphemy in my eyes.
Yeah, with Sangan gone, of course he's playing Sangan for reasons unknown, but gotta make
You
room
got
for
you got to
Slacker
think
Magician.
that with like 11, 12 days before the ban list that
Now,
you would
did
be
he
playing.
draw a Veiler? He added one to
Ooh.
hand earlier. If he somehow has a second Veiler, this game got a little
Third.
closer.
He just summoned another one.
Oh, and he summoned another. If it's the third Veiler,
Then you gotta think, why did he summon the Veiler?
if it's a third Veiler, then suck me sideways because this is crazy. And he's got a
And
card in
again, this
hand.
is
He's looking at the
YGO
grave. Why is he
Underground.
looking at the grave? It must be a Monster Reborn play, perhaps. But unless it's another one of the Rasha that can special from the grave, that'd be good too.
That would be crazy right now.
And there's
Yeah,
the bounce.
and there's the bounce.
And that's predictable.
This is it. This is
I
game.
think
Unless
Young
maybe
Juice
he's got
have-
another Swift Scarecrow.
I think he's. Oh, that's.
There are 12 cards left in this deck.
12 cards left to his 33. He's barely even touched the tip of the iceberg of this one.
And he's in complete control of this one.
Life points,
Those
deck
Constellars.
size, hand size is relatively similar.
For everyone looking to build this deck in the future, take a good eye on Laurel here and how he's playing
Laurel
the deck.
4 good, and it is 4 good there. The effect goes through, and now
Yeah.
we might see the quit sign come up. But there's
and the
Gaia
Gaia
Dragon. Just to put
A
the
Gaia
haymaker
Dragon.
on. In case there's a Battle Fader later in this one. Where's the Swift Scarecrow? Show me the Swift.
And that's it.
And
folks.
that's it, folks. Thank you again for joining us. We will not be
We will not be
following the
doing-
rest of this match, given the circumstances and the fact that we already know who's going to win this one. Laro already done siding. Thanks again, folks. For us at Yu-Gi-Oh! Underground, go ahead and comment, like, rate, subscribe. This is Tipo Pro and Magical Mike signing
The
off.
Magical Merchant.